Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ithaqua's Bane bringing you INFAERNUM role-playing game, and I'm doing the Empowered. I have a setting where the world has superheroes and supervillains, and they are prone to possession by the fallen ones. We are currently at day 4. On day 3, I wanted I wanted to confirm my thoughts regarding the promised land about the use of salt, possibly, to justify why I think I need to get offshore. We did that using the supplement Arcana and Tarot cards. Go back and watch that if you haven't already. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I hope you guys can get an understanding of what the game's all about and whether it's something that you might be interested in, whether for solo play, co-op play, or the sort of standard playing with a referee. This game can actually cover all those bases. And I think it's a nice game to add to your collection and have a go at. It's a very good way of improving your creativity, your cooperation with others, and looking at the dark side. But yes, welcome back to the channel. Please take a moment to like and subscribe if you could, please. But what are we doing in day 4? Well, actually, day 4 brings us, boink, famine. Yes, the famine horseman has come to play. And we've got 3 days left. Because remember, we've got like 6 days. On the 7th day, you normally have the end. Let's have a read this. I'm not reading the Revelations part, so I don't want to sort of add the religion element to this. But I'll read this quick description here about the entrance of famine. The horseman was summoned by the blow of a man touched by heaven's power, the one that is also one of the 4 beasts guarding the promised land. The third messenger's manifestation comes on a black horse. That needs to be changed. Disformed skulls, disfigured skulls bind themselves to long bones which cover a great distance on a trail of misery. Along with this horseman comes the curse of hunger, the obscurity of chaos and plagues. So, day 4, famine. So we can kind of expect what are the possible things happening in the world around us on this day. We're going to be rolling a d6 on this chart as we start the gameplay. I'm thinking that I may re-roll 6s on this, because the way that I've created my setting is that the super-powered people are the ones who are prone to possession by the fallen ones in my particular setting. So if I roll a 6, it says here, fallen ones are possessing the starving poor. What can be done? It's kind of not what my setting is about. So I may re-roll 6s when I'm rolling for the environmental issues. Down the bottom here, again, if you get a total of 6 dooms, you will come across one of the horsemen. Essentially, you'll be coming across the horseman that has most recently arrived. So if for some reason during day 4, I get 6 dooms, I will be getting a curse, which is a really bad misfortune, a really bad torment, and I'll be rolling on the famine list to figure out which curse I get. Now, in the last episode on day 3, I did use the Arcana supplement. I want to include some other supplements in the series so I can show you guys some of the extra parts of the game that are included in the book. I don't want to show you all of them, obviously. I'd like some things to kind of stay and be a surprise, but I've got another couple, I think, that I want to show you guys during these videos, but I don't want to force it into the gameplay. So I'm hoping that as we play day 4, things will happen that could actually lead me to using another supplement. Like I say, I've got another couple in mind that I want to show you guys, but we will see how the dice play. Are they going to play nice? Of course they won't. But we'll see what happens. But yes, we are at day 4. So let us begin. INFAERNUM, the Empowered, day 4, famine arrives. Enjoy. Right, day 4, let's go. Famine is the order of the day. I do apologize in advance for the shine Yeah, this is a plastic pocket folder, so the lights do reflect off it. I do apologise, but I will try to maybe put up images of things that you need to see, which may be shined upon during editing. But here we go, day 4. Famine is here. We are currently at a sacred grove. After speaking with the shaman, we use the Arcana supplement to generate some information to kind of confirm information about the promised land and the use of salt. But now we have a new day. We need to generate omens. Yes, let's not forget the omens, because they're really important, are the omens. Right, how many omens do we have today? We get a 3, so we've got 5 omens today. Right. Next thing we need to do is to roll up what is happening in the world around us. What is the daily event? So we're rolling a d6. I did mention in the intro that I'll be re-rolling the 6 because it doesn't make sense with my setting. So we get a 5. An illness ravages the region. What does it cause and who is affected by it? Okay, so there's some kind of outbreak today. So people that we meet are likely to be infected, so that could cause huge problems for my character. So I'm thinking that for this day, I need to avoid contact with as many people as possible. I'm going to continue on my journey to Victoria, but I think in this case, I'm going to try and avoid contact with as many people as possible. Maybe the first person I see shows some terrible signs of plague kind of thing. So yeah, that's going to be how that affects me today in terms of how we play the game. Now, as I mentioned on the intro, I do want to I want to try and include at least one more supplement for you guys to have a look at. I'm not going to cover all the supplements in the book. There's far too many, and you want some to be surprises, but I want to try and include at least one more supplement. Let's see if the dice allow us to move the game in a direction where I can use another supplement. We shall see what the dice provide us. But we are going to continue our journey. Eduardo Ventura Barros, the Death Roach, who has managed to use his superpower once, I think, so far. We are empowered. We are a super being. So there is the risk that we are going to be possessed by these spirits to become a fallen one myself. So we are trying to avoid that and get to the promised land. In the last episode, we did find some gemstones, but I had to trade them with an uncooperative shaman in order to get him to do a reading using some tarot cards. Right. Without further ado, let us go. We still have a motorcycle. We have a rough route map from the priest. We did also manage to get rid of all of our dooms from having extra omens at the end of the last episode. But yeah, let us carry on. So we get back on our bike. We say goodbye to the shaman. The shaman shrugs his shoulders. He doesn't care. And we continue on our way. So our first dice roll of the day. If this comes up a 1-1-2, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, much better. Neutral event, a deed, and a miracle. Haven't got much use for a miracle, so I'll just use it as a big success. So maybe that relates to kind of like 3 successes, which could relate to how far I managed to travel in this phase or this turn. So maybe I actually get to travel quite a good distance. But we do have a neutral event. So we're going to be going to our chaos supplement, which helps us to determine sort of details, specifics, help to judge what it represents. Dooms and neutral events. Right, so what does this neutral event reflect? A 3 again. Something in the environment calls your attention. What is it? Does it have any importance? Okay, we have aids to help us when we're trying to figure out something. Something in the environment calls your attention. What is it? Does it have any importance? Okay, we've got We could roll on the 2d6 tables to get sort of random words which can help us to figure out what it represents, or we could use random realities. I think for this one I'm going to use random realities, and I'm thinking scene, senses and detail, development, maybe senses and detail. Quiet anticipation, mood. No, I'm thinking, okay, we'll go for senses and detail for the scene. So the first is 2-6. 2-6. Oily stench or distant thunder. Okay. And 3-6. The ambient noise level. I'm thinking the distant thunder. I think that would work. So maybe as we set off from the sacred grove, where it's a peaceful kind of atmosphere, you get a feeling that no harm can befall you while you're here. You can hear sort of the sounds of nature. You can feel and smell, the trees, the flowers. But as soon as I get on my bike and start riding down the road, continuing on the way to Victoria, maybe I can hear thunder all around. Yeah. Distant for the moment, but maybe it's a portent of things to come. Maybe it's a sign that there's going to be trouble ahead. Distant thunder. Right. And we did get a deed and a miracle, so I'm representing that in terms of traveling pretty far this turn. Right, we are going to carry on. What do we find next? We get 2 neutral events and another miracle. Now again, at the moment, I don't need to use the miracle for anything. So it could represent, again, another decent mileage in terms of travel, but let's see what the neutral event is first. Now, when I normally roll 2 neutral events, you can either do it as 2 separate events or 1 event, and then you use the other one to kind of embellish it, to kind of make it grander or bigger than it should be. But let's see what we get first. I'm rolling 1 die for the neutral event. We get a 2. I think a lot of my neutral events have been 2s or 3s. A character or a group of NPCs enters the scene. Uh-oh, I need to run away. Because I see this group of civilians. Let's just make them civilians this time. I think last time I made them like muggers, and they turned out to be zombies with a necromancer. But I'm thinking that this time they're just a group of civilians or refugees. But as they get closer, I can see that there's something wrong with them. They're not walking right. They're groaning and moaning. First impressions are, oh no, it's another group of zombies. But actually, they're not. They're perfectly alive. They start calling to me, but I can definitely see the signs of some kind of plague or some kind of disease with them. So I am going to use my miracle to represent 2 deeds. First of all, the fact that I can avoid them, and secondly, in terms of traveling a certain distance. I think that'll do, and that brings to my knowledge the fact that there could be a plague or a disease going around at the moment. Right, carrying on. What are we going to do next? Okay, here we got a doom, a miracle, and a 4. Now we are traveling, so I've got a deed and a miracle, so very observant. Now the thing is, the doom could represent a whole manner of things. It could be encountering a fallen one. It could be mechanical trouble with the bike. It could be maybe I did catch the disease off those people just now. I think for that one, I think a double doom would represent me catching the disease, but a doom is not good. And I don't always have to give myself a torment. I do if I get a double doom. I always give myself a torment when it's a double doom. But torments should be given when it suits the story, but you don't have to do it all the time. So I'm thinking that maybe this is not necessarily a torment, but it's definitely something to cause a problem. What should I do? Well, let's see what the chaos supplement gives us, because it does have this thing for the dooms, and maybe it's something that would be relevant to my very observant fortune, in which case the miracle would nullify it. Let's see what it is first. So what exactly is the doom? It's another one. A new happening or element comes into play. Why is it bad? Don't think that's going to be relevant to very observant. Okay, let's have a think. A new happening or element. I think development would be a suitable one to roll for this. 2-2. That was a 4. 2-2. We're looking at development. Ambiguity arises from a cryptic message. Cryptic message. Where would I get a cryptic message? And how can it be ambiguous? I think ambiguity is like uncertainty, where maybe it can be read different ways. I mean, maybe as I'm driving away from this sort of group of infected people, maybe one of them shouts out like a message that doesn't really make sense, but could mean different things. What could it mean? Maybe it's something that I don't understand, which could maybe come into play later. But again, it could be read different ways. Maybe something like, he follows you, he knows you, he'll come for you. I mean, that sort of raises the question, who the hell's he? Why is he interested in me? What the hell can I expect later? Is that ambiguous? I don't know. But I think that's kind of where I'm going to go with that. As I'm leaving the group of diseased people, I get that message. You know, he's looking for you. He will find you. He will kill you. La, la, la. I think that'll do. It could play into one of the possible supplements I'm thinking about as well. So we'll do it that way. Now, because it wasn't really relevant to very observant or tricking or bluffing, the use of the 6 and 1 doesn't come into play. All right, and we do get a deed and we do get a miracle. So again, we do manage to travel quite a long distance. Still got the thunder going on around us, and now we've got this kind of weird message, this cryptic warning about somebody looking for me or something looking for me. Right, carrying on the journey. We got 2 neutrals and a deed. Okay, so we do manage to travel a certain distance, but we've got a couple of neutral events. So what's that going to entail? What's it going to mean? So we're going to roll on dice. We get a 5. Something happens related to an element or happening already in the scene. Now, we've just had that doom that says a new happening or element comes into play. And I rolled it, and it was that cryptic message about somebody looking for me. So maybe, what did I roll? A 5, wasn't it? Something happens related to an element or happening. Maybe I pass another group of civilians, again, that are diseased and sort of possibly infected with the plague. And again, as I'm avoiding them and going past them, maybe I also get the same message from them as well. He's following you, he's coming for you, he'll get you. Dun, dun, dun. Hoo, hoo. Yep, that'll do. Right, carrying on. Let's keep going. We got a 6, couple of neutrals again. So again, we're rolling for the neutral. Get a 4. The scene is changed by some new happening or element. What is it? The scene is changed. Maybe we come across another church. Maybe we could do a quick mission for the church for this episode. So yeah, okay, maybe we come across another place of worship. I'm going to say church, but it could be any kind of religious location. It could be a temple, a mosque, whatever. But I'm going to say it's a church. So maybe we come across another church. Maybe it's smaller than the one we found before. Maybe it's a bit more, what's the word, ramshackle, kind of beaten down, worn, weathered, not in such good condition. So we come across this church, I think. We've got a deed and a miracle as well. So I'm going to check I think we're going to check the board, the prayer board or whatever it is that has tasks that they need help with. So what is the main goal of a prayer board's supplication? Now, I think I might cheat for this because one of the supplements that I actually want to show you guys is this one. Now again, I've printed it in black and white to save ink, but I'll put a nice pretty picture of the cover up here. One of the supplements that I actually want to show you guys is the Colossus supplement, where you take on like a big boss, a big fallen one, you know, a Colossus. And one of the ways that you can meet a Colossus, there's a number of different ways you can meet them, but one of the ways is actually by rolling a 6 on the prayer board supplication table in this Chaos supplement. So I could just roll the dice, or I could just choose number 6, and then we can have a look at that supplement. Okay, just out of interest, what would I roll? A 4. Dangerous fallen one. Why does it need to be captured? Meh. We're going with a Colossus. It was I actually rolled a 6. You didn't see the 4. We are going to take on this Colossus because I want to show you that supplement. And whether I'm going to regret that or not, I could well do. I could well regret that and die, because Colossus are dangerous at the best of times and when you're playing in a group. So going for one solo could be deadly, but it's okay. I've got plenty of omens, says he. Okay, we are going to take on a Colossus. I'm going to show you the Colossus supplement. Okay, so with a Colossus, what you're going to be doing is taking on this big nasty. You can use the supplied Colossus sheet to represent the Big Baddie and 4 locations around it where you're going to attack the Colossus and where you can be attacked by the Colossus. You'll be rolling the difficulty here. It's 3d6 plus 6. Yeah, I'm hoping for 3 1s. You also have to identify or create 4 dooms, or 4 types of attack, or 4 types of damage that the Colossus can do to you. Now, you can use this sheet, which is included with the game, or you can just have a model to represent the Colossus, and you put your miniatures around it to represent where you are. But we're going to be using the Colossus sheet. So 3d6 plus 6 in terms of its challenge rating. Yeah, and we're going to be using a deck of cards. And what we'll do is, you're going to shuffle a deck of cards, including jokers, and you're going to be using 4 cards. You'll put 4 random cards around the Colossus like this. Now, you will then place a counter, a figure, a cube, whatever, a meeple, on the card where your character is going to be standing to attack. And if you roll a doom, you will then turn over the card which you're standing on. You'll obviously add the doom to your track. But the card, the suit of the card, represents the type of attack that the Colossus will do to you. If you want to, you can also use the, what's the best term to use? The rank? What word do they use here? The rank, yes. The rank of the card represents the severity of the attack. The level of torment or danger, not danger, damage that you take. Ace low, king high, yeah? So I think that could be quite good. Now, if I manage to defeat the Colossus, I can get one of the dooms as a, I think in this case, as another superpower. I will absorb the damage or the attack of the Colossus, and it will manifest itself as a blessing in the basic game. But in my setting, it was going to be a superpower. You can also split the difficulty between different body parts, whether you follow in terms of these 4 locations here, or whether you do it in terms of head, torso, left arm, left leg, right leg. You can also split the challenge difficulty number. You can split it amongst the different locations if you want to. I think I'll probably do that, but I'll probably do it just into the 4 locations here, sort of upper, lower, left and right. And maybe once those difficulty challenge points have been overcome, I have to move to another location to take down the others. Moving from one location to another, you can do by rolling neutral events. And like any other challenge, a deed is 1 damage, a miracle is 2 damage. Let's get on with this. Let's play. Let us play with a Colossus. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find a pack of cards and something to represent my character. So we are going to travel from the church to where this Colossus is causing problems. Maybe it's wreaking havoc on a local settlement, smashing the buildings, killing, possibly eating the people there. And maybe this was a superhero who could change their size. What was the name of this? Like Ant-Man, or was it the Atom? Dr. Manhattan, I think, could also change his size. But maybe it's a superhero that could change their size to become huge. And maybe when the empowered was possessed by the spirit, maybe it sensed what the powers were and is just roamed around at sort of huge size constantly. It hasn't changed size at all, it's just huge. So we've got this like superhero or supervillain. Do we know who this superhero or villain is? Yes, we do. Okay. Is it supervillain or superhero? So villain 1 to 3. It's a supervillain, and we do know them. They are known to us. Just went online to that supervillain name creator. The Towering Plunderer is the name of this supervillain. The Towering Plunderer. Now they are possessed by an evil spirit and they're causing chaos in big size. So there's huge supervillain. Right. We are now going to roll its difficulty, and it's going to be 3d6 plus 6. Please be gentle with me. That's okay. It could be worse. So we got 10 plus 6 is 16. So divided by 4 is 4. So each of the locations, I'm going to say, has 4 challenge points. And I'm going to have to move to each location to actually do the damage. So maybe this represents different parts of the body. Right, we also need a pack of cards. I'm going to be using my Call of Cthulhu Call of Cthulhu cards. So my Call of Cthulhu cards. So we have the full deck plus the 2 jokers. Oops, I'm not very good at shuffling. Do apologise. But what we're going to be doing... as you can see, I'm not very good. We are going to be taking 4 cards at random, only 4. And what we're going to do is place them. Oh God, how embarrassing! Trying to shuffle on stream or on video. Right, they're all shuffled. So we're going to have 4 cards, 1 in each location. That's it, just 4. And we are going to place a counter or a token or something to represent us. I'm going to be using Shaggy. I have a miniature. I don't know whether you can see it. Should I? Hang on. No, hang on. The focus is out in it. There you go, Shaggy. I got a Shaggy figure. That'll do to represent my character. Doesn't have a clue what the hell's going on. But yeah, that's Shaggy. That's me. Now, I am going to place myself, I think I'm going to start on the head, up here. And again, we've got to try and whittle down the damage. Now, we also have to come up with 4 dooms, or 4 types of attack or damage that this thing's going to do to us. So once again, we are going to go to random realities. We're going to roll 4 times to find out what power we get. 5, 3. 5, 3. First one is earthquake. Okay, that makes sense. So his first, okay, so the diamond, if the card is a diamond, is doing an earthquake attack. So that could be him stamping his feet or punching the ground or something. We're doing for the hearts next. What is the heart's doom? 5, 6. 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 6. Try not to move the cards. Mirage creation. Mirage creation. Maybe this is like, I think it was, what's his name? Was it Dr. Fate in the Black Adam movie, where he creates sort of a mirror image of himself? Mirage creation. Yeah, maybe he creates a mirror image of himself, which distracts us, and again, while we're distracted, he attacks. Spades. What's going to be the spades? 5, 3. Didn't have that just now, did we? 5, 3. Yes, we did. Let's re-roll. 1, 3. 1, 3. Blinding spark. Okay. Maybe he has the ability to do a sudden burst of light, which can blind people, something like that. Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, clubs. We have 3, 2. 3, 2. Illusions. I think that's too similar to the Mirage creation, so I think I'm going to re-roll that one. It's a bit too similar. 1, 3. 1, 3. Blinding spark. I just did that. Come on, give me something different. 3, 5. Is this different? 3, 5. Regeneration. Oh no. Okay, so maybe if this happens, he doesn't. Okay, so if we get the club's doom, maybe he doesn't actually hurt me, and maybe it doesn't actually cause a doom, but what it does, it regenerates some of his challenge. So maybe he regenerates, how much? I could have it so that he regenerates all 4, or regenerates up to maximum, but that could be quite nasty. Or maybe regenerate 1 point. That might be too easy. Oh, hang on. Inside random realities, you actually have the dice at the bottom here. The 2d6 at the bottom is also used to generate the page kind of thing. But you've also got a d4 and a d12. So what we could do is actually figure it out. Let's do it this way. So 5, 4. We do it this way. 5, 4. It is a 1. It could have been a 4. It could have been a 3. But it's actually a 1. So regenerate. When this one comes, there's no doom, but regen 1 point. So he regenerates 1 point here. We are ready to go. So each location has 4 points. I've got to do 4 points of damage to take care of each one, and I do not want dooms. I have 5 omens that I can use. Let's get on with it. Right. So we are rolling 3d6. So our first attack on this Colossus. We come from the church, we go to the settlement, we see it smashing all these buildings, throwing people around, maybe eating some of these people. We sort of sneak closer and we challenge it and we start attacking it. I don't have much in terms of weapons, but I do have my blessing, my superpower, which can actually help as well. But maybe I've picked up a knife, or maybe some kind of pitchfork or something, or maybe there's a shotgun dropped somewhere. But I'm just attacking the guy basically. So we're going to be attacking from this top location first. I do not want dooms. Let's go. First attack on the Colossus. Oh, very nice. Now we got 2 neutral events, which means I can move twice if I want to. I've got a miracle, which means I do 2 damage. I'll represent my miracle as my superpower, my blessing. Blasts of necrotic energy, decays, ages, rots, and rusts. So this location is now down to 2 points. These ones have 4. I'll just put the dice here. It makes it easy for me to remember without having to move the cards every time. Right. So I've done 2 damage here. I do have the option of moving. Because the thing is, if I manage to roll 2 6s, that will be 4 damage and I'll have wasted. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move. I'm going to move twice to here. That's it. Okay, that's the first turn of combat. Now we're attacking from this location. Uh-oh. All right, now I've got I can do 3 damage, but I've got a doom. Now I could use an omen to get rid of it, or I could use an omen to re-roll it. Now if I re-roll it, as you've seen in my previous videos, I can roll a 1 again. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my omens to get rid of it. Aha! And I do 3 damage. So this location is down to 1. Now, I didn't get any neutral events, so I can't move. So we're still attacking from this location, which is a bit of a problem. Right, let's attack again. Okay, we get 2 neutrals and we do a deed. Now the deed is enough for this location to be blocked. So I've managed to destroy that location. Maybe I've been hitting his legs, and now it's in a situation where its legs have been compromised. Maybe I've managed to sort of cut the Achilles heel, or maybe the ligaments in the knees. So it's actually finding it extremely difficult to move now, since that location's now been eliminated. But we've still got 4, 8, 9, 10. We've still got 10 more damage to do before we can kill this thing. Now, I do have 2 neutral events, which means I can move up to 2 times. I think I'm just going to move once to here. Should I move twice? No, I'll move here. So there's no need for me to come back here, which means this card may not affect me, which is good. So now it's the next turn. We're attacking again. Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that location has been taken out. Oh, we're doing well here. But I didn't get any neutral events, so I can't actually move, which is a bit of a pain. Because the way that I'm doing this is that I can't actually damage him unless there's points in the location. So here, since I'm stuck here, I can't actually deal any more damage on the next turn. Dang it. All right. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So we've taken out one of his arms, his right arm, or his left arm. Let's do his left. Let's keep it in terms of my perspective. So we've taken out his left arm. Maybe I've managed to use my blessing. So I managed my necrotic blast completely disintegrates and decays his hand to nothing. So maybe the hand and maybe part of his forearm has completely decayed and rotted away. Excellent. We've still got 6 more points of damage to do before we can defeat the Colossus. We can't move, that's the thing. So I need neutral events in this roll. I've got to get into some neutral events, otherwise I can't do nothing. What do we get? A neutral event and we do damage. Right, the damage doesn't do anything this time, but we can move, but only once. So I'm going to move to there. Okay, that's all I can do. Next turn. Well, the dice are good to me this time. Total of 4 damage, so the head goes down, but he's still he's still dangerous because he's still swiping away, even though his head has been completely obliterated by my power again. For some obscure reason, the body is still functional somehow. So the right arm is still flailing away at full health. Right, but I didn't get any neutral events, so I can't move. Next turn. Okay, 2 neutral events and a doom. I can use another omen to get rid of the doom. And I can move. So I move to here. Come on. What are we going to get this time? Oh, that's not good at all. So here's the thing. I can move if I want to, but I don't want to, because this is the only location left with damage. If I use an omen to get rid of the doom, I can't resurrect myself if I die by rolling 3 6s. So I think in this case, I'm going to accept the doom. What that does is we reveal the card that is underneath. So it is the 9 of clubs, which could be pretty bad because it regenerates 1 point. Now what I'm going to do, since this location, oh, actually, I said that it doesn't count as a doom. For regeneration, doesn't count as a doom. What the hell? I think it does. I think it does. So it counts as a doom. Now, because this location is still full health, it does regenerate 1 point, which means one of these locations is going to regenerate 1 point. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So this location has actually regenerated 1 point. So now we've still got 2 locations to do. Now, I didn't hurt it because I've got two neutral events, which means I could move 2 places. I could move to there if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to stay here. Again, okay, I know that this location, if I roll dooms, is going to regenerate. But I've got to whittle it down somehow. I've got to take the risk. I don't know what this card is yet. All right, let's carry on. We've got 1 doom. What happens now? Oh no! Oh no! I've got another doom. Again, if I use an omen to get rid of that, there's just, like I say, if I roll a 666, I'm dead. That's it, game over. So I think I'm going to accept the doom again. I do 1 damage. 1 damage, yay! But then it heals it back. No! But I do have the option to move. Now, if I move, I'm not actually going to cause any damage because these locations have been depleted. So again, I think I'm going to ignore that. These cancel each other out in this location. So okay, I'll stay here. Let's keep fighting. What do we get this time? Ooh. I was a bit worried, but 2, 3, 4. We whittle that down. That location becomes toast. My super blast again completely destroys the hand. However, this one has regenerated. We've still got 1 more point of damage to do, and I didn't get any neutral events, so I can't move yet. Right, so I've still got to roll in this location. I need a neutral event to actually move. Represent the difficulty of this thing moving as well. Yeah, you can't always move to where you want to. So we're rolling. What do we get? Well, I mean, we can move, but I do 2 again. I'm not in a location which has any damage, so the miracle doesn't do any damage this time. But I've got another doom. Oh, did I? Yeah, we should have another doom, shouldn't we? Because we rolled another doom just now. I think, did I? I think I rolled another doom just now because it counted. It was with the fight with the deed as well, wasn't it? So I'm thinking again. I'm hesitant to use another. Let's take it. Okay, so we've got another doom. He heals this location because this is where I am. I mean, I could do it as a random location every time, but I think if I'm in a location that is wounded, that's going to be where the healing takes place, I think. But this doesn't. Actually, yes, it does. This heals, this takes it away again. Yeah. It's a matter of sequence, isn't it? So this regenerates, and then this whacks it back down to normal. Okay. But it only does 1 damage, not 2, because you can't... The damage doesn't roll over onto other locations the way that I'm doing it. Right. I could move 1 space. I'm going to move 1 space down to here. Right. Next turn. Okay, we've got a neutral, which means I can move. I've got 2 damage. 3 damage, actually, but I can't... Oops, sorry, Shaggy. I can't actually do anything because this location is gone. But I can move, so I'm going to move to here. I've got 1 more damage to do. Can I do it 1 more time? Come on. Yes, I can. Right, so we do 2 damage, takes him down to 0, and I can move, but I don't need to. Excellent, we take down the Colossus. Was it difficult? It could have been if my dice rolls had been worse. I think my dice rolls were actually pretty good for this. But yes, we get one of these dooms as another kind of blessing, as another ability. Now, with these abilities that you get from the Colossus, they are similar to blessings, but you need 2 miracles to activate it, to use it. So with a blessing, you normally just need 1 miracle to use it. In this case, if I receive one of these, one of the Colossus abilities, you actually need to roll 2 miracles and use 2 miracles to activate this ability here. Now, what ability are we going to get? Well, we're going to draw a random card and see what suit it is. The regeneration could be pretty useful. The earth, I mean, all of them could be pretty useful, but we shall see which one does the departing spirit bless us with, or what energy we suck from the dead spirit as it goes away on the huge Colossus. The towering plunderer collapses to the ground. Timber! Right, we are going to get clubs. Regeneration. Okay, so my character now has a regeneration superpower as well. And what I'm going to do is say that, I mean, 2 miracles, it's got to be fairly powerful. Regenerate 1 point. Yeah, okay. So what this can do is it can be used like an omen in terms of regenerating 1 doom or healing a torment. Okay. I think... Well, I mean, now you've seen how the Colossus system works. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this challenge wasn't difficult enough. Again, remember, I was actually rolling pretty good dice, especially at the beginning. I wasn't getting any dooms. And I was starting off with a full complement of omens. If you're playing in a group, these omens are shared amongst everybody. Yeah? You don't get 1 omen dice each. So I can see this as being balanced in terms of difficulty, whether you're doing it solo, because you get all the omens to yourself that you can use to cancel out the dooms. But if you're playing in a group, obviously you've got more people attacking, but your access to omens is going to be a lot more limited, and plus they've got more chances of getting the dooms and the cards. Now, just out of interest, what were the other cards? For the lower torso, it was Hearts, Mirage Creation. For the left arm, it was Clubs again. And for the head, it was Spades, Blinding Spark. So this Colossus actually wouldn't have done the earthquake attack on us. Okay. Colossus is dead. I have, what's the word? I have absorbed one of its powers, the regeneration power. I'll add that to the character sheet before the next video, because I think that will do for this video. I think we've gone on long enough. I did have 3 omens left, so at the end of the day, as I recuperate in the village, oh no. I'm not going to recuperate in the village because there may still be people here. And for day 4, we rolled that there is an illness going around. So after defeating the Colossus, I'm going to get on my bike and quickly get the hell out of there. Find a nice, quiet, secluded spot where there's nobody around, collapse to the ground, and thank my lucky blessings. So, the combat against the Colossus, the towering plunderer, the empowered supervillain, is over. Day 4 is over. Join me and join Eduardo Ventura Barros, the Death Roach, for day 5. Coming soon. So guys, thank you very much. I hope you've been enjoying this series. Like I say, I am trying to bring to your attention more of these supplements. Not all of them. I've still got, I think, at least another one in mind. But today we have been looking at the Colossus rules, fighting the big baddies. I know some of you are disappointed that you didn't kill me. To be honest with you, I was kind of expecting to be mushed, but the dice were in my favor today, so thank you very much, Dice Gods. Very unlike you. But guys, thank you once again for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe and spread the word. Let people know about my channel. I still need more subscribers and need more views for this channel to be self-sufficient, to earn enough money to pay for all these games and bits and pieces. So I'd really appreciate any help that you could give me. So until the next video, guys, thank you very much. Take care. Stay safe. Cheers.